Right, welcome to Colour Club. We're going to draw a clown. I can't remember what this clown's called. Is it Captain Spaulding or something like that? Let me just let me Google that. Captain Spaulding. Yeah, it's Captain Spaulding. Don't Google it, everybody, just in case. But yeah, this is another kind of scary looking clown character that we're going to draw. And like I said before we started, no pencils today. We're going to go straight in with our pen. We can kind of build it from the nose and it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger until we fill the whole face in. So we'll do that, and then we'll just throw on a little bit of colour, so a little bit of blue around the eyes, a little bit of red in the cheeks, that kind of thing. He's wearing like an American Star-Spangled Banner hat as well, so that's why we need the red and the blue. Talking of colours, let me quickly show you which colours that I'm going with. They're my colour choices. So the ice grey and the two greys there, they are for the beard. Now, beard, hair and hands are three things that I just avoid drawing. So we're going to have a little go at a beard today. Okay, so yeah, a light grey and a dark grey that we can use for the beard. Getting into this aniseed yellow, I'm just going to use that for the teeth and for the eyeballs. The cherry red I'm going to use for the gums and for the hat. And then we've got these two shades of blue. The two shades of blue across the top. Yeah, that's the one. Who's that? Yeah, nice one, Nicola. Two shades of blue across the top. That's going to be for the eyebrows, but we'll also go and jump into the hat with those blues as well. I have got a blender pen in there because we might just, if your greys come out quite dark, you might want to just give it a little scrub with a blender pen just to get some slightly lighter shades of grey coming in there as well. Finally, I've got a 0.1 and a 0.5 as fine liners. You could even get away with, not get away with, it might even work better with a, what do you call it, a brush pen today. But we'll see how we get on, shall we? Right, let's do it, shall we? Straight in with our pens. So we're going to get all our fat lines on first. Fat lines, colouring, and then we'll go on with some thin lines as well, okay? Right, are you ready then? Where's my instructions? Right, here we go. So somewhere right in the middle of your page, what we're going to do is I'm going to do two lines. One's going to be a little bit of the nose, and the other line is going to be a little curve going over the eye. Okay, so right in the middle of the page, let's go for a little line down like that, really tiny. Let me get the other next two lines out of the way with first, because over here we're going to come out of that and go down that way. Over on the other side, we're going to do that same line, just a little bit bigger. Okay, so you've got those like S shapes in there. I'll zoom in a little while. I just wanted you to get an idea of how big we're going to go. Two eyes are going to sit in there. This is going to still be a fairly big head. It's going to probably come down to here with the beard, the hat. It's probably going to be quite a big one. So yeah, don't go too big with these lines. Right, let me get close in now so you can see exactly what I'm drawing. I will double line all of these in a little while, but not quite yet. Okay. Right, so you see these two lines on either side, they're just kind of flicking down a little bit. We're just going to come inside on both those lines and do another little flick down like that. And like that. Then what that does is we can join up the two sides with a little curve underneath. Try and make it a little bit more of a wonky curve. So rather than a straight curve, do it in like 3 bends. We're going to join these bits up. So what we'll do is we go over here, look, go from there, 1, 2, 3. Similar kind of thing on the other side. Just on the other side, don't start right in the corner. Just move it over a bit. Like go here, 1, 2, 3. Doesn't matter if that comes up a little bit curvy. As you do it, it'll be fine. Okay, remember this line that we had coming down here? That's the bridge of the nose just there. So the next bit we're going to do on there, we're going to carry on that line going down at that angle, but we're just going to bring it in with a little curve like that. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go around the tip of the nose. So we're going to hook this round. It's going to start going back up towards this eye. So this is going to go around the tip of the nose. So let's go for something like, yeah, what do you reckon? Like that. So we're going for the tip of the nose over here. We're heading off towards the nostril over here. Take that out just a little bit further to about there. There is our nostril. See how that line is kind of coming up to the edge of the other eye? Yeah, that bit there. That's kind of where you want it. Awesome. Right, over on this side, you can see this is a nostril over this side, yeah? The nose is facing that way just a little tiny bit. That's one nostril. So just behind here, we're going to throw in another little nostril. It will look like this, around about here. Just about there, that'll do. Little tiny line there. You see how those two lines finish at the same height? Across there. Okay, time to be a little bit brave. Let's just flick a little line out there. Let's flick a little line out there. Right, well done if you're still with me. Let's go and double line all of that. Let's make it a little bit wonky. Any kind of imperfections, let's go and kind of thicken those out a little bit. I'm just going to go over all of my lines. Where they should be flicked off, make sure they're nice and flicked off. Where they should be wonky, make sure they're fat and wonky. Down here where you might have some like weird joins, try and curve them off a little bit. But yeah, just a quick going over of wonkiness. Strong intersections always. Look how much better that looks just by having that much thicker line going all over it. Now, like I said, we are just putting primary lines in now. We will put in some better lines, some smaller lines, some extra little wrinkles later. Okay, that's stage one done. Let's go and do stage two. Are you ready for this bit then? So you remember this point up here where we started? Just there. Just there. We're going to start on those 2 points again, but this time we're going to do a line that goes all the way over the top of our eyes like this. It's going to go across there, starting from the same point, just a much bigger S shape. Do the same kind of thing on the other side. Look. And let's have a little go at doing one of those under the eye as well. So watch this. On this side, we're going to start right in the corner of the eye. We're going to come out to about there. Same kind of thing on the other side. Let's start about there. Come out to about there. Awesome. Let's add some wings to this character then. So what we're going to do is over on this side, look, just bring it in and a little spiky bit down like that. On the other side though, we're going to go out here. Out there, spiky bit down. And join up. We got that. Let's keep it going. We've got a little bit more to do, and then we're going to put some more double lining on those two big lines that we did across the top. Thanks, Nicola. I love to see a big thumbs up. It just gives me a lot of confidence that you guys are on track with this, because I know it's a little bit complicated, a bit more complicated than usual. Let's get back on those two lines, those big S shapes that we did just then. We're going to do those again. So watch this. Look, this time let's start up about from there. Let's just go up to about that point, and we're going to do one that goes round there. Same on the other side. Around there. Doesn't see how mine are not symmetrical. We don't have to get too much symmetry in there. Don't worry about that. Let's just quickly join those up with a little curve. And that is stage 2 of our outlining done. So let's go and thicken out all of those lines as well now. So just going over everything again. Anything that's pointy, make it extra pointy. Anything that's in the middle of a line, just go and make that bit thick and wonky. Where there's intersections, make them thicker as well. Now remember those two big lines we did across the top, they want to be like triple thickness. Really thick, 'cause these are the actual eyebrows. Same on this side, look. Triple thickness. Nice tall eyebrows. Pointy up there as well. Colour them in. Much thicker. Still go wonky. Wonky's still good. Wonky's still our friend. Lovely. Let's get on to stage 3. Stage 3 of our character will finish off the rest of the head, okay? First bit we're going to do, let's be really brave, and let's go do the head first. Let's get around the top of the head, and then we'll come down and do the mouth. I'm really going to enjoy doing this mouth bit. But let's just move up. In fact, I'll just zoom out a little bit. Let's move up and do this head. Right, a couple of lines that we're going to do first. On this side, just about there, little line like that. Jumps off the eyebrow, follows the eyebrow, and then a little flick up. Similar kind of thing on this side, look, just jumps off the eyebrow up there and a little flick up. We got that? That's kind of like that's where the temples are going to be, okay? Let's go down a little bit. Let's go over this side, and we're going to put in an ear. So just off there, let's just put in a little curve like that, going straight down, just kind of flicking out a little bit. This is going to help us position an ear. Ready for this ear? So again, just jumping off this eyebrow, out there, down, and back like that. Quite square, isn't it? Yeah, thanks, Nicola. Just in case I didn't know what an ear was. Like that. And then down here, bring it back in. Over on the other side, though, there's going to be a little bit more of a gap. We're going to do a floater of an ear. So the ear will start about here. A little curve out like that. You kind of want that ear to be reasonably similar in size, so let's bring this down like that. So you got that big square bit again at the top, look, coming in, and then that little loop bit at the bottom. That's kind of what you want. Okay, let's go and do inner ears now. That's the outer ear. Let's go and do the inner ear. Over on this side, we'll hook it up and down like that. Nothing complicated in there, just a little hook up and down, a little wiggle at the bottom. On this side, we're going to do something similar. So just starting on the edge here, up, down, little wiggle. Flick a little line here. I think that will do for the ears. Let's do the head, and then we'll put the ears in. So essentially, what we're going to do now is we're going to do a line that goes from here, from that bit just there. We're going to go all the way around until we hit this ear over here. So a big dome all the way across the top. Try and make it a little bit wonky. So let's go. With something like that. Look at that weird shaped head, a bit pointy. That's awesome. Right, now we can double line all of this. Everything you've just done, just go and whack a double line on it across that head. Make sure that we've got some real strong intersections, real thick ones. Get around that ear. Don't worry too much about the lower part of the ear. We're going to have quite a lot of beard and lines in there that's going to cover that up. Around the ear, look. Nice and wonky with it. Give your artwork a little bit of a scan over. Just make sure that you've got everything in there that you need to have in there. Right, the hat is dead easy. Really like this hat. We'll quickly whack in a hat, a mouth, and then we can start colouring in. We're doing great for time, so well done if you're keeping up with this. Let me zoom out. No, let me zoom in. Yeah, okay. There we go. I'm going to do an extra small hat. So we're going to start off with a sausage. Across the top. Bring it in. Two lines are going to flare out. One's going to go over that side. One's going to go over that side. Similar kind of distance out. And then you're going to join those two bits together with a massive curve. That's pretty much our hat done. Let's go and put a few little tiny details on the inside of the hat. So we'll have a little stripe across there. And then we'll have some stripes going down. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4. Double lining as I go along. What do you like with drawing stars? You're any good at drawing stars, like a 5-pointed star without having to use a pencil? If you want to whack in a little pencil line first to get your star just right, do that. If not, just go and put in a little 5-pointed star in there. Again, scruffy, we'll get away with scruffy, so don't try and be too neat with it. Don't have to worry about that. Just go and throw in one there. Look, see how easy it is? Just remembering to point the star out at certain places. So go and throw in a few stars. Fab. Right, let's get down the bottom. Got the hand, let's get down the bottom. Let's go and do this mouth next. Now the top lip is going to, we'll bring the top lip back in after we've done the beard. So we're not going to bother with the top lip. But what we are going to do is going to keep a nice, simple set of teeth underneath. So starting about there, let's just draw a line across like that. See how it starts just above the edge of the nose there. See how we go all the way across until we're about halfway under the eye. That's a good position for this one to be in. Then what we're going to do is we're going to add in some teeth. Now, you kind of want these teeth just there to be the biggest ones. Teeth on this side are pointing that way, teeth on this side are pointing that way. Okay, let's try that. That's a top set of teeth, by the way, okay? That's not the bottom teeth being really goofy. That's the top set of teeth. It will make a lot of sense when we get it done. On the edge of that tooth, let's bring a curve down across there. Come back on yourself just a little bit there, and we're going to bring this line all the way up until we get just past the tooth, and then a little tiny flick down. This bit here is the bottom lip. Let's go and add that bottom lip in. Watch this. What we're going to do is we're going to go round here. Like that. Oh, looks a little bit messy at the moment. I think it'll be fine though. Don't worry about it too much. We'll throw in the bottom set of teeth. We'll double line it, and then we'll take stock, see how it looks. Bottom set of teeth. So the reason we didn't do all the bottom set of teeth in first was because these teeth over here are going to just be behind the lip a little bit. So just imagine we've got a couple of teeth going behind the lip, just there. And then bring it all the way around like that. Awesome. Let's double line all of that. Let's make that nice and wonky. Get that wonky, inconsistent line going all the way across every single line that we do. Teeth are all over the place. That's fine. Fat lip going all the way around. And like I said, we will kind of, when we do that fat lip, there's going to be loads of beard around there, loads of lines. It will all look a bit scruffy. Right, that's it. I think that's it for the first set of lines that we've got. How's that looking? Look, should be looking something like that. Who's up for showing us what they've done? So if you're feeling brave, put yourself into gallery view. Hold it up to screen. Let's see. So Daniel, you were up first. Daniel, that's spot on, mate. Absolutely spot on. Cool. I thought this was going to be a tricky one, but you've nailed it. Well done, Daniel. Well done, Nicola. That's looking really good as well, mate. Yeah, don't worry that it goes off the page. You just kind of work with it. I love the fact that your head's a little bit fatter as well on there. That's looking good. Nice one, Nicola. Elsa, how are you getting on? Yeah, again, spot on. Love the shape of the head. Absolutely perfect. And the eyebrow. That eyebrow on the one side that's just pointing up. Greg Davis style eyebrow. Really nice. Okay, let's get back into speaker view. We're going to go start chucking on some colour now, okay? But yeah, well done everybody for doing that. Let's go and put some colour on. So let's start with the easy stuff. The hat, I'm just going to colour it in as it is. Okay, so we're going to do some red and white stripes across the top, and then this bit, the sausage bit, is red. Anything that isn't a star in there is blue. Okay, just keep it as simple as that. We might use the same colour again just to add a little bit of shading. But other than that, that's all we're going to do really up in there. So here we go. Let's go and do red and white stripes. Let's do that first. And what I like about this character is there's not a huge amount of colour in there. There's loads in the hat, a little bit in the eyebrows. The rest of it is just going to be messing around with grey. So these bits that we're colouring now are really going to stand out. There we go, so we've got that top bit in. Let's get this sausage bit coloured. Again, don't worry about it looking a bit patchy or anything like that. Alcohol in the pens will smooth them out a little bit more for you. Not only that, the nature of this character is we can get away with kind of a rough, grungy look to it. So I'm going to use the lighter of my blues. So the two blues that we've got a dark blue and a light blue. I'm going to use the lighter of the blue because the dark blue is going to be the shadow in the eyes as well. We might just be able to use a little bit of dark blue in the shadow in the hat. Okay, so let's just use the light blue for the time being. Go around all those stars that you drew. You can see I'm not overly trying to be particularly neat on that. It's okay if it's a little bit messy. Hopefully your pen lines have been left long enough so they don't smear too much. Awesome, we'll come back to that. We'll add a little bit more of shading in there later, okay? Okay, let's move down into those eyebrows. What we're going to do now, these big chunky bits here, we're going to colour in those eyebrows in the light blue. Then we're going to get the dark blue, add a little shadow underneath. Then we'll get the light blue again and blend it in, okay? So I would recommend getting lids off. Let's just colour the whole thing in first. All the way across here, light blue. All the way across the other side, look. Bring it into there. This is makeup, so it doesn't matter if it's kind of poking out a little bit just there. Try not to go over the black lines too much because you might pick up a little bit of ink like I've just done. Let's go and throw in the shadow. So I'm going to have the shadow down there, look. Yeah, big shadow across there and across there. Mess up that line a little bit, smooth it out just a little tiny bit. It doesn't need to be too much. A little bit of a scrub in there. So we've got a bit of shape coming on, yeah? Let's try and do the same kind of thing over the other side. So start off with that lighter colour. Again with the shadow, we'll add the shadow in. We know the shadow is going to come all the way under the underside on this right hand side as well. Just start it there, look, all the way across that underside. As we get up there, let's just curl it up into that bit. Grab that lighter colour to scrub over that line a little bit. Backwards and forwards into the light area, into the dark area. Little circular motions if you need to. Just want to loosen it all up a little bit. Yeah, that looks all right. Okay. Let's stay up there actually. Let's go and do the eyes now, shall we? We're going to do the inner eyes. So we're going to mainly go yellow with those. Remember how we had that yellow, but we're also going to put a little tiny bit of red in the corners of the eyes. So put the yellow in first, then go into the corners, add a little bit of red, and just blend it around, okay? There we go. And we will add a colour for the pupils and the iris afterwards. There you go, something like that. Look, put it in. That's a real strong yellow. A little bit of red in there, a little bit of red in that side. Going to use the stiffer nib, and I'm just going to soften that bit up. Just drag it around a little bit. See how I'm doing it all at the same time. These are only little tiny bits, so you should be able to get away with doing them all at the same time. Like I said, we'll come back to that. We'll put the iris in later. Right, stick with that red and that yellow though. We're going to go into the gums. Now, all we're going to do in here is around the gums, we're just going to put a little tiny bit of red in the corners of the teeth, and then the teeth can just be yellow. Okay, so for example, just in here, let's go flick off a little bit of red in there. Go about as high as the teeth go. Everything above there is going to be beard, so it doesn't matter. It's all going to kind of disappear out. Same with this bit underneath. Look, let's just go colour these little bits in red. Let's go all the way down here. Look. There's our gum. Quick tickle on the teeth. With the yellow. Again, I'm not going too detailed with it. I'm just giving it a quick scrub over. It is already picking up some of the ink. We've not really left the ink long enough to dry, but that's no biggie. We'll get away with that. This bit at the back here, don't worry about that bit around here. That's going to be black eventually, so we haven't got to deal with that. Awesome. Right, last thing we're going to do then, before we then go and move into the greys for the rest of the head and the beard, let's get in with that darker grey. So we've got two greys, a light grey and a darker grey. Let's get in with that darker grey, and we're going to go around these bits of the eyes, and we're going to go around this bottom part of the lip as well, okay? We're just going to colour it in grey. If we get a chance, we might go over it, make it some parts of it a little bit darker after it's dried later on. But for the time being, I just want those eyes in there as grey. It's looking pretty good. Around the lips then, so this bit, look, just flick up there. Leave it quite messy. Messy's okay. Down there, it's going to have a beard covering up loads of bits there. Bring it up the side. Again, as you get to the side, the top here, just flick it off a little bit. Keep it nice and scruffy. Awesome. Now we will get back into this, into all these areas with loads of greys. In fact, we're going to do that now. So let's go and grab the lighter grey next, and we're going to concentrate on the head up here with the lighter grey and then the darker grey. Then we'll concentrate on the beard with light grey, dark grey. Then we're going to chuck in our final lines, okay? We are going to have to move quite fast with this because we are fast running out of time. So let's go up there. So we're going to pretty much do everything from like the nose above. Okay, so got your light grey. Let's kind of do it. And we're going to keep it rough. If you want to blend in some of these lines, we've got the blender pen handy. So if you did want to kind of scrub out some of those lines to give more gentle kind of fades, then you can do that. But let's just bring a line down there first. Look. Maybe bring that this side of the line, because what we're going to do is we're just going to put a little line across the head. Look, watch this. Look at that. Be brave with it. Colour all of this section in. Big line going across the head there. Let's do another one just there. So we've got some creases going on. Keep it wonky as well. Keep all those lines wonky. This is meant to be an old wrinkly man, so keep it as wonky as you possibly can. Okay, once you've done that bit, go and grab the darker grey. Let's go and just throw a few little darker bits on there. We're just going to keep going backwards and forwards with the darker and the lighter grey. So essentially, where there's lots of light grey, that's where you just want to whip in and just add a little flick with the dark grey. So just there. Blend it around a bit if you want to. Don't think you're going to need to do it too much. Let the alcohol do the work. Awesome. Let's stay over this side of the head. Let's go and do this ear. So we're going to, with the lighter grey, just going to do the outside of the ear and all of the inner ear. So just that bit across the top there. All of this inner ear with the light grey. As you get over here, let's just throw grey on all of that. It's going to all disappear under some beard later. So throw a load of grey in there. Then go and grab your darker grey. And we want to start on the inner ear, look, just there. And then all this bit under here. Throw in some of that lighter, that dark grey all around the bottom there. A little bit of a blend in there. Nothing too neat. Neat is overrated. Okay, last little bit with that light grey again. So grab your light grey. You should still have it in your hand. Let's just go and do a little bit underneath these eyes. Let us go in there. All the way down this part of the nose, look. Just some wrinkly lines in there. Don't think we need any dark grey in there because it's going to take away from the eyes too much if we put any dark grey in there. So let's just leave that like that. Let's go and work on the other side. So let's go again with that light grey. Let's put in some just here. Look. All the way down there. Coming down the side of the head. Get to about the top of the ear. We can stop at the top of the ear. Grab your darker grey, just go and add a few dark bits in there. Again, nothing too much. Go and blend those in. Just keep it weird, keep it wonky. Maybe around this, I think we probably will see a little bit of light grey just there as well. Look. And don't forget, you can just grab your blender pen. If you want to blend these colours into a bit of a lighter colour, grab that blender pen, get that in there as well. How we're doing for time? We're doing good. Let's go around the other ear. So again, just don't forget that a lot of this bottom part is going to be covered with beard, so don't worry too much about it. Just flick the pen off around there. Look, let's get into this bit. Inner ear, look. Even though we are going to be putting in a darker grey in there, let's get around there. And all of this bottom bit with the lighter grey. The only bit that we're doing with the darker grey is just this section here. On the inside of that ear. Maybe a little bit underneath. What do you reckon? Scrub it over. Awesome. Okay, let's get under the other eye now. So the same way as we did on this one, we're going to start in the corner of the eye. And we're just going to flick out across the underside of the eye, down the nose and across as well. So look, just about there. Just bring it. Flick it across there. Bring it all the way down to this crease. And then the last little bit, let's just give that nose a little bit of shading. So first thing we're going to do is across the top here. Let's put a little line going across the top of the bridge. Like that. With a few flicks up. See how we're just trying to get a little bit of shape coming out of there by putting that curve across the top there. And then let's go around the outside edge of that nose. A bit thicker as you get to the bottom because there's going to be a lot more shadow there. Throw in a nice dark shadow right at the bottom. Drag it around. Awesome. Okay, I'm just going to quickly whip into the eyes and the lips with a second coat of this dark grey. What you want to try and do is leave a little clear stripe. So something like that. See how we're just leaving a bit of a clear stripe in there, across the top and across the bottom. Same with the lip, just a double coating of the darker grey, look, just around the bottom here. That'll do nicely. How are we doing? Right, we're going to have to whip through a beard here. So are you ready then? So this guy's beard, it kind of comes around here, it goes down to a bit of a point down here. So what we're going to do is we're going to start down the bottom with some curves going up. So we're going to start with a little line going up there, and then we're just going to curve round and round and round and round and round until we get up to underneath the ear. We're going to do it with a lighter colour first. Try and use the brush tip. Hopefully you've got a brush tip, or try and use the fat tip of your pen for this. But let's go for about here. Look, we're going to go for some shapes like that and just bring it round. Just trying to get that natural brush tip shape coming out. Now don't forget, we can go quite thick with these lines because we are going to have a lighter grey going over it as well. A darker grey, sorry. So there we go, just bringing it out, look, bouncy lines, bring it up to the top. Loads of little kind of, try and keep it as natural as possible. I know that's easier said than done. There we go, let's go over the other side now, look. Again, just curling round. Natural as you can, just mix it up a little bit as well as you're kind of going up. Sometimes you want these bits to stick out quite a lot. Sometimes you're not going to want that. Bring it up to the ear. See how we've got those little flicks coming in, following the shape of the face as much as we can. Like I say, fairly big with this bit because the lighter color, the darker colour that we're going to put over the top is going to give us loads of extra depth as well. Okay, let's carry on with the beard. Underneath the bottom lip, let's go and flick a few lines in there as well. Just trying to darken that bit underneath there, flick a few lines down. Final bit, let's go and do that mustache. All the way across there, look. Just throwing in that grey. That's not too bad. Let's go and get some of that darker grey. Keep your lighter grey handy because you might want to just blend it in a little bit. Now with the darker grey, we're just trying to add a little bit of texture, so don't go too crazy with this bit. Just kind of go in just a few times. Just giving it those nice little brush strokes, look, around the outside edge. Flick down from the lip, look. Work your way up the other side. Again, just concentrate on this little bottom bit. Just throwing those lines in. Very easy to do too much on this as well, so don't go too crazy with it. Look at that, let's just flick a few little lines out. Let's make this beard a bit rougher up. Underside of the mustache, let's just put in a few little lines. This is where we're just going to tickle across the top of the T-flap. Always trying to follow the natural curve that we're getting in there. Okay, last few minutes. Let's just get back on with some... well, first of all, I'm going to get a little bit of black. Colour in this bit on the side there. Back of the mouth. Ooh, even doing a few little cheeky black beardy bits as well. And then let's get in with our fat pen again. And this is where we're going to just make some smaller lines. Again, just following the curve that we've got where the beard is. Let's go and do some of that. So my suggestion would be start at the bottom, flick the lines up, following the curves that we've got. Don't have to get it perfectly right. Just follow those curves up, loads of lines in there. Let's go and work on the other side. Let's just follow that. Curvy lines, nice and messy. Let's get on the inside of the beard, maybe some lines coming down from the bottom lip there, look. And just start going in and putting in individual hairs. Flicks around the bottom of the mustache. Look at that little scruffy little, going backwards and forwards, little scribbles in there. Flick a few of these little hairs out as well. Let's get it right up here. I think all this is going to be quite messy. Awesome. Okay, grab your thinner pen. Let's go and do some little details with a thinner pen. I'm going to start at the top. I'm going to work my way down on this bit. Let's work really fast and loose with this. So let's just do a little line going around that shadow. A couple of little scratchy bits going across there. Big hole there. Let's do some smaller wrinkles and holes and spots everywhere. There's lines going across. Let's go and put those in. Don't think about it too much. Just go and chuck these little bits in. What about some little hairs coming off the top here? Look. A few little hairs coming out of the ears. Always love a few hairs coming out of the ears. Some little circles everywhere. Colour in some of those circles to turn them into spots. Again, try and keep as loose as you can with it. Let's move down. Let's get into those eyebrows. I want to give those eyebrows a little bit more shape. So let's put some little bits on like this. Look. Look at that. Awesome little lines coming out. Let's get into this nose. Just throwing in some wonky lines. Under the eyes, go and throw in a ton of wrinkles under the eyes. We are nearly done here. But yeah, let's just go and throw in all these little wrinkles. Under the eyes. Let's do the same on this side. Be with you in a second, Nicola. Won't be long now, mate. Just about finished. I know we're overrunning a bit here. Little lines on the nose, look. Go and grab that red and that blender pen. What I'm going to do, look, is just put a little tiny bit of blender in there, little tiny bit of red, and then blend it in. So just use that blender just to smudge it in like it's a bit of makeup. Even get in with that red, like just put some little spots everywhere. Now, we haven't had a chance to do the eyes. So let's come on, let's do it. We're in it now. Let's do the eyes. I'm going to use the. Let's use a brown or something like that. Go and get into those eyes. Something like that first. Right in the centre, a pupil. And then just a little kind of outline around the iris. Super fast now that we're moving. Where's my white Posca gone? There we go. A little bit of white Posca in there. That, let's finish there. We're a minute overdue, but I think we've got to a good point there where it's a reasonable looking piece. Well done. Let's put some flies in there. That is not a bad effort. I've smudged the, what an idiot. Smudged the pupils. Let's put that in again. Quick signature, and then we'll have a look, see how everyone's getting on. I think this is probably the most advanced colour club piece we've ever done. Oh, I forgot to. Quick bit of shading, look. Across the top there. Get into that. That's it. Definitely going to leave it there. I could draw this forever. So let's see. Let me zoom out. That's kind of where. That's a nice little happy clown picture for us. That's kind of where you should be at. Hopefully you've got to that point. Let's have one quick look around to see how you guys have done. So Nicholas been drawing a snake as well. That's pretty cool, mate. I like that. Did you get to draw the clown? Did you get to draw Spaulding as well? Let's have a look at that. Mate, that's amazing. Look at the shape of that head. The way the hat just sits on one of the lumps on the head. Awesome stuff. You'll be good at doing makeup by the looks of that. Nice. Cheers, Nicola. Well done, you. Daniel, how did you get on? That's a great one as well. Nice and thin on the head. Really tall on that. Beard looks great. Yeah, awesome stuff, mate. Well done, Daniel. Let's have a look at Elsa's. Elsa, yeah, just the back of the mouth. Colour the back of the mouth in that black. And then that finishes that off nicely. That's really nice. Yours actually looks quite melancholy, you know, pretty chilled out compared to everyone else's, which looks a little bit more evil. So you've made yours calm down a little bit. Nice. You can probably get away with a little bit more grey in the beard as well. It's coming up quite pale on camera. Looks good though, mate. Really like that. Cheers, mate. Thank you very much for joining me for that one. Hope you enjoyed that. Thank you, everybody. That's it for this week's clown. A couple more drawing tutorials will be out in the week, and then I'll see you next Tuesday. Take care, everybody. Cheers. Bye-bye. See ya. Bye-bye.